How's it, G? Welcome to Dean Gunther podcast. And yeah, we're here in South Africa, in Bellville, hometown. And yeah, if you want to just introduce yourself shortly.
Yeah, well, Dean, my name is, okay, everybody knows me as G. Um, since back in the time, since school times, well, we're well associated, we're good friends. I had a ton of events to stages in my life, as same to you. Became a great artist. I became part of a prison gang. Yet here I am, still well and alive.
Yes. Yeah, man. So, yeah, like we say, we've been in school together growing up, and obviously we kind of went separate ways. And when in high school did you start to realize that your life is heading into a different direction? What pushed you towards crime, drugs, or how did it start? What was the early signs?
Bro, as any other person, you go to school, how can I say, you meet friends and you end up meeting different friends, different personalities, and then you get introduced to certain things, and then you try these things. Like, for instance, I started out smoking ganja, and then, like anything else, most people won't believe it, but it's like a, how can you say it? It's like a cycle. It starts with ganja, then it starts with, try this, try that. But in school, I was more not the naughty type. I was just more, not a good listener, but a good troublemaker.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, I can't say that I expected my life to turn out this way. Because after school I did go study business management, but I guess life just became bored, bro.
So you think it's a case of boredom as well?
It's not a case of boredom. Once you are introduced to certain substances, bro, well, the brain obviously reacts to certain things, and then you are introduced to other things, bro. Like, for instance, when I started smoking ganja, I started with ganja, smoke. Then I checked, no, man. This high, it's a good high, but there's other things I want to try, man. I basically had that thing of I wanted more excitement, man. And then went from ganja to crystal meth, and then when the crystal meth phase came in, bro, it was a totally different experience, man.
Yeah, crystal meth is like almost a pandemic, if you can call it that,
Yeah.
especially in South Africa. It's probably
Bro, it's a problem, but those who still use it, well, me, I'm a guy who don't like to lie, bro. It's just, bro, my way of lifestyle these days.
Do you think you'll ever be able to leave the meth?
I've recently come out of jail, so I had time to think. As we speak, I'm doing my parole. So, as you grow older, bro, and you are introduced to certain things, you tend to take more note, and then you tend to introspect, and then as you grow, bro, your mind grows, man. So I won't say I'll stop, but I've realized that I need to control this thing. Mentally, bro, it's a battle on its own. But so far, bro, I've come to that point where if I'm blessed to smoke, I smoke. If I'm not blessed to smoke, I don't smoke.
Right. And you also matriculated, which means you finished high school.
Yeah, I finished high school 2004. Then I went to go study business management at UCO, Universal College of Outcomes.
Yeah.
I did a year and a half, 6 months from my diploma. I decided this wasn't for me because I thought that this shit is the same as school stuff. Because, I mean, I didn't realize at that time that if you are taught something, everything has its basics, and everything starts with the basics. So the basics in business management was the same as doing my grade 12. So I thought, no, man, these people they'll mark me too. So, but this was just an excuse.
So you feel it was there's a school system and it's
maybe the way they introduced the program wasn't as what I expected. I mean, to run a business, bro, is how can I say? The theory for me just wasn't. I couldn't see point to it.
right.
And then I just started not going to college, but my parents thought I went there.
And describe the day you got sentenced, the first time. What did it do to you mentally?
My first time was obviously for ganja, but I didn't go to prison. Went to, as far as the cells, and then it became, bro. Once you start doing stuff like that, bro, it becomes a habit. Once something becomes a habit, bro, it becomes second nature. Once it becomes second nature, bro, you can't get rid of it. I mean,
So once you're in the prison system, it's hard to come out of, especially if there's drugs involved.
bro, everything is a choice, bro, man. At the end of the day, yeah, drugs played its part, but it came down to a choice. Mostly people make these choices because they want to be someone, they want to feel special, feel powerful. But I've come to learn, bro, that the system I'm in is more of a brotherhood. You know, some people on drugs, they usually use it because their parents is either abusing them, or they don't have real friends or that support.
Yeah, so it's people who feel they all belong
Yeah,
together.
they want to belong somewhere, man.
Yeah, yeah. And
But-
it's people come out of broken homes, they all come together.
Bro, like, who can me, bro? I don't come out of a broken home, I would say that.
Yeah, you've got good parents.
I had good parents, still have good parents. As I said, I wanted more excitement in my life, man. And then going to prison, you know, you had to be part of something or be nothing, bro.
Yes, so we'll get to that. I mean, once you enter prison, especially in South Africa,
Yes.
so for the people who don't know, it's basically run by the numbers gang, right?
You
Which
can
is
say
a 26, 27, 28.
that. Yeah.
So now, what is that feeling if you enter prison and you're not a number yet? How do you become a number?
Bro, the first time I entered prison, bro, and I was a nothing. The first thing that happened to me, bro, I tried to eat some money and they eventually found it because what do you call it? So basically, you get searched, bro. So I was trying to hide some money and eventually they found it, and bro, I got kicked hard in my teeth. You know?
Where, in prison?
Bro, when you come, the outside world and prison world is two different things, bro. It's a totally different set of rules. There, when you enter there, bro, and you are nothing, bro, you have no say.
So you try to hide money from the other inmates?
From the gang members, because I wanted to take them for myself. Knowing that I was going to be searched, because it is a, how can I say, a procedure it's a procedure that follows every time, every day, whenever you go to the cells.
And what was your first prison you went to?
My first prison was Grut.
Kurud.
Grut, yeah, prison. I did, that time it was for housebreaking and theft. No.
Housebreaking.
It was for theft. Meaning theft is when you take something without permission.
Yes.
The housebreaking is when you violently enter a premises,
Right.
breaking the glass, all that shit. So yeah, I was for theft for something I took outside someone's house and then go sell it. So I got caught and went inside. That was, say, 2010. Was the first time I went to prison.
2010.
Yeah, but not for too long. And then 2012 is when I decided, no, man, because it became now how can I say, a regular thing. Because once you start, bro, said for your habits, bro, you need money. So is it that money was the problem? You can't just exactly go to your parents and say, look, here, give me some money so I can go buy
Yeah.
this and go buy that.
Now,
So
say, say, sorry to interrupt you. So say when the guys beat you up in prison, they take your money, they are numbers. You weren't a number. So what did you have to do to become a number? And what happens to you if you entered prison and you're not a number?
Bro, like everything else in this world, bro, you have a choice. Nobody forces you to do anything. I'm only at liberty to speak so far about my culture,
Yeah.
but like everything else, bro, you have a choice. So I took the choice of becoming what I am today, bro, at 28.
And did you have to do it? Did they give you a duty that you have to do before you get the number?
No, not really, bro. Not really. It's just a procedure that is followed. Unfortunately, that procedure I can't share with you.
Okay.
But it's like, say for instance, you go for a job interview. You are now hired because of your certain skills that you have. But I mean, no man starts at the top. You have to go through certain stages. Like when I was working at the option hunting attorneys, I had to do copies, and then after that I became a messenger, which is a border, which means
Yes.
then I started doing writing checks out in to go do the banking, to the post, and yeah, it's a step-by-step thing, man. You won't really know until you're in this thing.
So what does being around the numbers teach you about power, fear, control?
Bro, from what I've learned or seen, the experience I've now gained through life, since all this shit started, is that some people join out of fear because they don't wish to go through that procedure of getting searched or getting kicked in them, you know. And the promises of belonging somewhere. Some people join because, you know what, they just think it is school. But it is actually, bro, a commitment that you make, bro.
Now, the thing is, you said obviously they beat you up when you're there, you're not a number, they take your money, and you said you're not forced to become a number, but what is the alternative? You don't become a number and then you just become everybody's punch bag. And
Bro, it's not like, it's, how can I say, it's an intrigue system, bro. It's not that we go out, when we in prison, that we go around kicking people who's not part of the number. It's just that there's a certain level of respect. If you basically don't have say if you're not a number. All we ask you is just to comply and follow the procedure, and further than that, bro, you can stand aside. Because at the end of the day, there is certain things that happened in order for us to operate this way. Because of the long fight between, you know, the system and the way of people living inside of prison.
yeah. So you're not forced to take a number, but if you don't take a number, it's going to be pretty hard for you
It's
in
gonna
prison.
be hard for you, bro. But it's just, yeah, you'll just be like a nothing, bro.
Yeah, and is that an ongoing thing?
Bro, I was being a nothing is being a nothing, bro. If you're nothing, it's just this means that you don't get to say anything in prison.
And I think because of that, probably most people are inclined to, you know, become part of the numbers.
Most people join because, you know what, they don't want to go through that phase of getting searched or stuff like that. Most people join because, you know, they find it intriguingly interesting, and, you know, that sense of power, that sense of authority that you get. Because if I had to be a nothing and I come there, bro, I'm easily taking advantage of. Not the fact that, how can I say, it just happens like that, is because if I give my cooperation, nothing will happen to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're not, it's not as cool as everybody makes it out to be. Yeah, these people are monsters. We just want you to follow the rules of prison because, yeah, you don't know the history. So you don't know the sacrifices that's been made. For every side is a story, bro.
So when did this number system started? Was it how long ago, would you say?
Bro, okay, yeah. It is it's like anything else, bro. It's you grow, you have to grow. So as you grow into any culture, you get to learn certain things. So this system originated from the early 1800s, and yeah, it's as far as I can speak about that. But it comes on a long time, bro.
Yeah, and it's like a secret code which
it's more like a culture, bro.
Yeah, it's a language people speak. Obviously, no one else can understand.
It's a language. It's a language people speak because in those days, a lot of people. We have to go back. Those time racism were in. The law, the people who maintained the law wasn't really generous people, bro. I mean, especially to blacks. They got kicked hard in their mood, bro, and so a system was formed because people were dying and people were being brutally punished. So in order for these people to survive, they had to form a certain type of language that these people in these uniforms couldn't understand. And when this language was formed, bro, certain rules and regulations was added to it to make this thing serious, so they can notice us. Right. And that's where blood comes in, bro. It's because only way for you to take note of me is me having to violently make my mark on you. Instead, I'm saying. So in those days, bro, if we didn't do what we had to do, I mean, we still would have been living the same fucking horrible lifestyle in prison where the police take advantage of you, they think nothing of you. So a system had to be formed to find that balance.
So would you say the police have respect for the number in the prison?
I say there's some secret kind of mutual understanding, because just as much as they are out to serve and protect, we also just want, to live. I mean, yeah, we do crime, we end up there, but certain, what do you call these people, certain operatives just don't have that mindset, bro. They just still see you as a criminal and as a worthless piece of shit.
Now, you're not heavily tattooed like the typical stereotype 28s now.
No,
yet you're still a full number at 28.
Yeah, bro, you can say that, bro, because not everything has to be exposed, bro. The number wasn't given to anybody to just do with it as they please. That's why I'm only prone to say as much as I can and give it some type of, how can I say, some type of basis on what it's about, but to dig deep into it, unfortunately,
yeah,
you have to, you could always come spring.
But there's a ranking system.
Yeah.
Are you inclined to climb the ranks, or are you happy to stay where you are in the ranks, and what benefits comes with climbing the ranks?
Bro, like any system, bro, ranking means leading, bro, and these days, for us that grows up into this thing, if we are not led right, we will obviously go with the wrong mindset and advertise this thing in the wrong way. Because people think of us, because when they hear this 28, they put their own ideas to it. That's what I'm saying. So, as far as the ranking system goes, bro, it's the same as any other person in the workplace who has a responsibility to make sure that the system maintains its order and works out perfectly. But sometimes, there's blood involved.
And do you ever feel judged or misunderstood because you don't look like the typical stereotype gangster?
Bro, me personally, I believe everything evolves, bro. Yeah, I'm at 28. I'm not afraid. I'm not try to say it anymore because this is life I've chosen for myself. And for me, there's nowhere out. I don't wish to be out of it since I'm already part of it, but I'm learning. And to have all these things on your arms and stuff like that, bro. Yeah, so that you are part of something, but because this language was started as us only trying to understand each other so that we can find ways to bypass the police system. Why should I advertise who I am? How will I intervene in situations? How will I cooperate with people? I mean, I could have hidden agendas. So how will I pull this thing through if you're going to see some...
So you think it's better to keep it secret so you
From
can...
my side, yes, I think...
So it can benefit you in that way.
Not just benefit, bro. Not just benefit, bro. The number is not something to play with. It's a commitment you make. Once you go into that commitment, you have to dedicate your life to it, bro. And when you dedicate your life to something, you have to make sure, bro, that you be an example to the people that you lead. Because this thing that we stand for is that we follow our system. And that's it.
And I mean, you mentioned that it's the apartheid era, and these people forming a group where they can belong and understand each other, and but you do get white people in the numbers as well, right?
Yeah, these days, like...
Is that frowned upon or is that normal?
Bro, when you say you come in prison, bro, now you've been there, you are pushing a 2-3 year sentence, then you, without knowing, you are being watched, and then we see certain qualities in you that we think can be best used in the system of ours. And when we see this quality, we see a talent. Maybe you were a good speaker, maybe you were a good reactor to situations where you stand out and just ta. That's what I'm saying. The take no shit type of guy. It's like a yin and a yang, bro. It's like a good and a evil. Gold, silver, that's what we have in our camp. The depth of it I can't tell you, but it has its own meaning. It's almost like one is violent, one is... That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The two lines in our camp, but yeah, that's as far as I can go concerning that.
You
get the private, you get the kappa ding.
What's a kappadine? What's a private?
It's a guy that takes no shit.
Yeah.
The private is a more understanding
like
guy.
Like an enforcer.
Yeah, like an enforcer. The private is a guy, bro. He's more understanding. He's a situation handler. A solutionist. If some people doesn't follow the culture to the original rules it was made for it. So when you get given these things, you have the wrong teachings, and then even for the wrong teachings, you're speaking the wrong thing can get you punished or get you hurt or get you killed, bro.
And tell me about this tattoo we're doing today. Why did you choose this?
Well, bro, basically my star sign is Cancer, bro. Although I've already belonged to some type of religion, I mean, this was the first. All of us get taught the basics of life, how to say thank you, how to say please, go to church, get taught out of the Bible. And yeah, these are just reminders for me, bro, of what I once was, like what I once had, the basic principles that I grew up with. The principles I have now, bro, is that people won't take advantage of me. I won't allow it. I'm less scared of getting hurt, bro, because why? I've come out of a system, out of a jail where survival is way different than what it is on the outside. You put your feet in my shoes for a minute, I don't think you'll be able to keep up with the pace. My life is much more faster than yours.
Have you ever feared for your life in prison?
Bro, in prison is prison. There's always a fear for something. But once you become part of a brotherhood, why fear when you are such a big group of people, each person with its function. You don't get scared. Yeah, if you overstep the boundaries, you do get punished, bro, but that's about it.
Would you say the numbers run the prison system? I mean, the wardens is outnumbered.
Yeah, bro, but this doesn't mean that because they're outnumbered, they look outnumbered, but bro, they have the total. It's just that in those days, bro, there was no TVs, there was no mattresses, people had to sleep on the ground. If we didn't stand up and form some type of cult, bro, we'd still be sleeping on floors, sleeping on grey blankets and having no TV. Today there's the privilege of TV. But in those days, bro, you had to sleep on the floor, the food you got was messed up. So people had to form some kind of system to overpower this thing that they were doing. It's not because we wanted to fight the law, it's only because we wanted to be treated like human beings, man. And in order for us to have that privilege, we had to enforce it on the system, on the people who work for the system. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you enforce those things, bro, certain type of people, it gets taken out to go do these things. Some of them hardly come back, but they did their part. A sacrifice well made.
So what responsibilities comes with being a number?
Respect and discipline, bro. That's what every person wants, is to be respected and disciplined. Just because I'm a number, you might think the worst of me. If you disrespect me, I will react fast and quicker in a violent way to you as you do to me. I would be more highly, how can I say? I would act more faster in hurting you because I feel you disrespect me, and because I come out of prison, you don't disrespect me.
So, and that goes for inside and outside of prison?
The system comes from outside years back, bro. And because it comes from outside, it was certain rules and regulations were made inside to maintain order.
How do members know who outranks who without having to ask?
Well, bro, you get those police people that is long in the system, and the longer you are in the system, you become a part of the system, and you take note of certain things. Usually, for them to know what type of rank we are, it's none of their business, but they figure it out. Because even in their system, there's rankings. So in every other system or order, there will be rankings. And it's just for them to figure out who's who.
So they don't ask.
What must they ask? They don't get to ask.
So how do they figure it out?
Just as a system evolves, so we have to evolve ourselves as well. Because if I don't get away today, tomorrow I definitely will, because I have now evolved and adapted to my failure. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And do the 26, 27, 28s, do they all mix in prison, or they keep segregated?
We mix, but we on different sides, bro. If you come into any room, you will see this side would be 28, this side would be 26, 27.
Okay.
So, and you don't come to our side just as you please, and we don't go to their side as we please. And it's just that level of respect that we have for each other, which means if I come to talk to you, I would have to inform first. I can't just go to you because I'm a number and you are a number. There is a deep level of rules and regulations, bro, and respect must be upheld. Otherwise, you get you get punished, you get your paksla.
So there is belief that taking a number is for life. So you can't just simply leave. So how does it feel knowing that, after you take the oath?
That you can't leave.
Yeah.
But bro, yeah. Well, bro, the decision was at the end of the day yours. Everything has its privilege. So, like for instance, I knew that once I get into this, I will never be able to get out.
So it's blood in, blood out.
It's blood in, blood out, bro.
So if you want to leave, you might get taken out by your own.
I won't say get taken out. There is a certain ritual way of getting out, but yeah, that is just that, bro. But you don't just get out, bro.
Okay, it's gonna possibly physically harm you in some way.
Not really harm you, bro. Why would you want to get out, bro, when you are in a system of brothers who are willing to give their life for you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And did you ever consider leaving the number, and what stopped you?
Even if I wanted to, I would never be able to, because it is a part of my life now, and as people tend to think that it's easy. It's just about leaving. Life doesn't work like that, bro. Like I say, once you start something, you first learn it, then you make it, then it becomes a habit, once and then it becomes second nature. Your emotions is second nature to you, bro. That becomes part of your emotions, part of your way of living. So you can't just leave it as you want, because it's now something that is in you.
So how do you feel that's going to affect your life to try and better yourself and building a better life in prison?
Bro, having finished school, having finished high school in a school that is, how can I say, I wasn't in a bad school.
No, I was in the same school.
We were in the same school, and it was actually a very good school. So, in that aspect, bro, my way of thinking is, you must remember, most of us, most of them not educated, bro.
Yeah.
But, well, from my experience and from what I would say, from my perspective, is everything, bro, in life, if you learn, that you learn, gives you a sense of perception on how to approach certain things. Me having an education basically makes my general knowledge far more advanced than the one who hasn't had the privilege of finishing school.
Yeah.
So I had the privilege of going to study, so which means my way of thinking is very different. I could basically say I have the best of both worlds, bro. So I can fit in here and I can fit in there.
Yeah.
I can speak like you and I can speak like that. You basically never know that this guy's a number, because that's most of the time people hardly ever know. But only when that certain triggers come, when you decide to come to my company and say, "Salute me, bro." Shit. Now you're saying salute, put my ears, same time turns, yeah. What is this that I'm hearing here? And that immediately, on button, I want to know who you are.
If who says salute?
Whatever word that you use, that you heard, as you people would say, the scholar says salute or pagamisa, my bro. You must remember, these words weren't just formed to be used as people pleases or as you please.
Yeah, people use it outside.
Yeah, so once you use this word, you are identifying something to me, which gives me a power to now interrogate you, to actually check if you are part of a system that I know, and if you are not, bro, I will fucking kick you.
So you say you'd recommend it's not good for people to speak like that outside in public?
I always recommend people not to speak like that, because if you're going to speak of something you know nothing about, then you will get kicked so hard in your
yeah.
Because you want to do pagamisa and salute, you didn't expect that you're going to be questioned based on what you just said. Because we need to know who you are when you speak these words, bro. For instance, you meet me, now I'm with a brother. My brother don't know you, I know you. You come to me, yo G, salute Paramisa bro, long time no see. Same time you are this man here next to me gets so close, he doesn't know you because he wants to know about me. Hey, who's this brother? I sent them to me to find out. And then he comes to you and he wants to find out, bro, these things you are talking, bro, who are you? And then you said, no, I'm Dean, bro. You are who? And because I know you, I could hold the instant that could be bestowed upon you, get kicked in your mood. I still have the power to hold it, but I'm just saying, people make stupid mistakes by what they speak, bro. I can't climb into conversation about this and that, but I know nothing about whatever it is. So why would you want to come Pakamisa and salute by me, but you have no clue what the fuck you are saying?
True. Now, many stories talk about the violence and the sexual abuse in prison. How real is that fear for someone who's not a number?
The perception of people, what people have, bro, it's like playing phone. I phone you, I give you a message, you give that message to that person gives that message at the end, and when the message comes at the end, it's a totally different fucking story. It's the sexual thing of what you've seen as not part of, bro, no, bro. There's no such thing of people getting fucking night and all this cuck that people talk about. These are only words people add because they want to make it sound worse than it is. We just don't take shit from people that comes into our turf, which is prison, where we had to fight hard, bro, to get the respect from the police that we deserve, because they kicked our people hard in our push, most of them died. And we had to form a system where order had to be maintained, and the Mapusa had to be brought back on their doings.
And the Mapusa is the police.
The police, yeah.
But now there is many stories of and people who's known to be raped in the prison system, like Paulsmoor, the maximum security. So would you say it does happen?
Bruce, a lot of things happen in prison, and there's a lot of things that people don't talk about, even with the wardens, bro. So once something happens, the way it comes out, how will you ever know it's the truth, bro? You were never there. The truth is so sweet. It's such a big secret that whatever comes out is just basically like word of mouth, bro. You'll never really know what is the truth.
And what was your darkest moment in prison, and how did you overcome it mentally?
Every person, I was scared the first time I went to prison, bro, because I had the same idea as any other person, normal person had, bro. Yo, I'm gonna get raped, I'm gonna get hurt, I'm gonna get killed, all those things. That's what you think when you go to prison. You're gonna get mutilated, bro, in a way that your self-respect is taken from you, but it is just the things people make up in their mind because they haven't been there. They go after stories they hear about, yeah, the prison is like this, people get raped, people get fucked in the ass and all that shit. That is cock talk, bro.
And weapons? There's weapons inside, or is it mostly homemade weapons?
Bro, weapons will always be everywhere, bro. It's just a reminder to those who, what can I say, those who maintain the law, that there also is a law that is being maintained. So if you come into this territory with your ways, you wear the blue uniform, we will approach you in the same manner. But if you want to find equal ground, we can talk, but don't come and approach us like you want to, because it doesn't work like that. We have fought hard against these people to have this little bit of, how can I say, privilege that we have now today. We didn't want to just decide to, yeah, we're gonna go against the law because we wanted to. We went against them because they treated us like shit.
What role does Sabella play in keeping order or identifying someone without, going, bring out the codes?
To Sabella is to is the same as me and you talking now. It's a language. It's just that you won't understand what I'm saying.
What is it? Mixture of? A bit of
It's a
Xhosa?
mix of Xhosa, Zulu, and a whole bunch of things, bro. And it's me. I still I still have a lot to learn. So that's why I can't actually just exactly tell you. Because even me, I'm growing up in this thing.
And how long have you been a number now?
I've been in Hamana since 2012, but I've been in other prisons because I've been mostly bailed. So I have most of the basics, but the depth of it is still even unknown to me, and it never stops.
Yeah.
The scripture goes far beyond just what you can imagine, bro.
And who bails you out? Your parents?
Sometimes my parents, sometimes people, we operate with. Sometimes a threat here, a threat there.
Has your parents still got faith in you, or have they given up hope?
Yeah, since I came out on parole, now July. My parents, bro, since I started using crystal meth, patterns and shit like that, you get used to standing out, doing crime, and having whatever you want. And now that is a that is a huge fucking mind calculating thing, bro. Because at the end of the day now, I can't just accept anything anymore. Because if I want something that I like, bro, I can make a way to get it now, today. And that usually involves crime. Now I have to live at home with my parents. If my mom is the only parent working, how can I still put this weight of mine on her shoulders when I can quickly make a plan which society don't approve of my way of getting my ends meet, but it's a lifestyle, bro.
Have you ever hurt somebody in order to get money or anything like that?
I've never hurt someone in order to get money, but I've mostly outsmarted many people to get money. Psychology runs deep, bro. That's why I say, me, as you can see, I don't have to have the emblem on me, but my mind is sharp enough and I have a good understanding of the language that I know how to use and manipulate certain situations. Because you who are nothing that goes to prison, you have your perception, so I feed on that of what you think of the number, and I put that in your face and make you believe that yeah, this is how it is. But if you willingly say yes, how can that be a crime?
And how hard is it to adjust to life outside of prison?
Bro, having a criminal record and all that stuff, bro, well, we all know it's hard to get work and stuff like that. So you have to go back to just surviving is the way you survive, bro. Go out there, commit crime. There's many ways to kill a cat. Numbers isn't just about survival. It's people that have it, that they want to belong to something. They want to belong. You know what they want. Most of them are not accepted, bro. My parents at the moment, we don't really speak because they think I moved out. I have my explanation. Yeah, bro, I can't put my weight on my parents. My sister has a child, my dad don't work. Mom is the only breadwinner. So why should I don't have my own space. So how can I still put my weight on them? I can't eat and take whatever I want, whenever I want. It's those things, bro. It's not their fault. It's just that, bro, everybody struggles, and sometimes you have to understand it. With us, bro, the understanding of it is on totally different level, because if we want something, we go make a plan to get it. It doesn't matter what we do. Whether we sell drugs, whether we do robbery, whether we do whatever crime. If we want something, we go get it now.
And do you feel people treat you differently once they learn you're a number?
Yes. Even though you are a number, yeah, because psychologically, bro, you infiltrate their minds with manipulation. That if you are that good, but mostly it's just by that violent nature of yours. It's not really violent, bro. It's just you heard the words about the number. Now you think this is the way it is. You must be scared.
So you've made up your mind that this is going to be part of your life until you one day die.
It's already part of my life until I die. It's a choice I made, Moose. I've accepted the reality of my choice, bro, and I take responsibility for my choice. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna sit here and say no. I want to change. This is the path I've chosen. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't for me, but the reality of the situation is the moment I signed that lease, I knew there was no way out, bro.
Does the number only hold power in the prison system?
No, bro. Everything is run from the outside into the inside and from the inside to the outside. There will always be a connection. But me, again, I am of 28, we come from outside, bro. And for our flag to be up high there, we had to stand out and get hurt, and hurt to get hurt, so that we can be noticed, bro.
And do you associate with other street gangs?
Nope. There is the camp of 28, 27, 26. We only apply to those rules of those three camps and the regulations that they have. Further than that, no.
What would you tell a young man who's watching this, who's thinking numbers and the gangs is glamorous?
Nothing is always what it seems. What you think is glamorous is how can I say, a tight ruled system or way of commitment towards something. And if you commit to this thing, you have to know one day you're going to become a leader, and when you lead this camp, you have to be an example and show that you want to grow this thing. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. I don't invite you, you invite yourself, because you seek interest in what you see, a thing which you have little understanding of. So at the end of the day, like I said, it's by choice. Nobody forces you to come to this thing. Everybody has their choice. Some people think it's about power. Respect and discipline isn't about power. It's about maintaining that equality between two people, whereas you don't put yourself on the pedestal where you think you are better than me. Today, the commitment of brotherhood, especially brother to brother, has fallen to a percentage where, so I would say, be who you are, stay who you are. You are welcome to come and join, but yeah, the teachings, like everything else, bro, sometimes changes and comes wrong, and people get taught wrong. They're wrong with if you walk with the wrong information, you're gonna cut the wrong wire and the bomb will explode. That's what I'm saying. That information I get, bro, you will only get with the older people, the ones who come from way back, who has studied this thing like any lawyer who studied to become a lawyer. He knows the ins and outs of this system and the language, because every word, every sentence has a meaning, has a history. Every word, every sentence, bro, has a meaning, has a history. It wasn't just, I decided today to say Salute Pagamisa. There's a reason why I can say Salute Pagamisa today, because of a happening that happened. It is a history, bro, that goes far beyond any person can imagine.
And what's the one memory that could stop a young boy from ever joining?
These days, people it has their own perception of this thing, that they think when you to become a number is to be cruel, is to be ass kicking, is to be how can I say, on top of the other person. But that's not what it's about, bro. It's about a bond between brothers protecting each other. And if you infiltrate this system, you will see the unity of the system.
And do you feel all your brothers always got your back 100%.
It's not like it's a choice, you must have my back. But some have turned to other things, like, you know, the things it's started now recently, you know, the other gangs. And yeah, bro, things change, like everything else, things change, bro. And that's the sad part about it.
And finally, after everything you've lived through, what does freedom mean to you?
Bro, freedom, it means everything. I always say, look, bro, most of the time I don't need money to get this, to get that. I've walked a path of chaos, mayhem, and destruction, bro, that actually got me a name and a level of respect, bro, because, yeah, my deeds and my spoils that I brought was good enough for my name to say, nah, this guy, he did his part. But freedom, bro, it's not something you get easily, because you become present in your own mind, bro, and then you start thinking things to yourself, and you start thinking shit, bro, so you're actually never really free of anything until you humble yourself and realize, you know, the effect of anything you take part in. If something is not good for you, then it's most obviously bad for you. So once you start realizing that simple basics, and then you will get to learn to control those things. Because I can use stuck, bro, but now I know in those days when you use stuck, you get excited, you get hyperactive, and you do things without thinking. Now I lay back, bro. I use ice, bro. It doesn't go to my mind that bad anymore. Yeah, it just gives it energy, but I know the precautions of these things, bro. I know that it's a chemical reaction that happens in the brain, bro, that makes you hallucinate or makes you this. So I know the effects, and I've learned to cut that. It's like a demon in you, man. To cut that demon out and to tell, listen here, bro, okay, I'm relaxed, man. I don't do this now anymore because I want to go out there and catch a whole bunch of cut. I'm doing this because, you know what, I'm less to smoke, I'm less to smoke. In those days, bro, when you smoke, bro, it's like a demon came into your body, bro, and you feel like your power level just raised to the next level. It feels like you could do anything. Those are all false perceptions, bro. And once you start noticing that thing, then you can, maybe there's a chance for you of getting out of it. But if you're just gonna do this every day and smoke and smoke and smoke, and yes, it's liquor without realizing, yeah, maybe, but this thing is playing with my mind so erg, bro, that I'm starting to believe the shit I'm doing is reg. Can't you, bro? I'm finding a moose talkie and catching on a whole bunch of cock and thinking that people don't notice it, but people do notice it. So you're never really free, me, bro. Only time when you be free is when you learn to master your mind. And that is a whole battle on its own, bro. To master your mind while on drugs. Yeah, bro. You sometimes, bro, even me, bro, if I can't get my way, I let the demon take over, do his part. So when I take that hit, I just completely go into that mindset of, okay, I'm under the influence of drugs, so I have the right to do this. They give you a fucking sharp on you, or I make you feel small because I have that power, that demon, bro. It's just people who know it, the people who has heard about the number and all that shit, bro. It has its side effects, but if used properly and right, bro, you don't have to hurt anybody to get what you want. Life is at the end of the day, it's all about survival, but also working towards something.
Do you have any last words for young people who's thinking of joining a gang or the numbers?
What can I tell them, Dean? These days, people, youngsters grow up. They grow up based on what they see. They don't. Their parents spoil them. Most of them grow up la-di-da. They get everything they wanted. They've really never really seen the effects of struggle, bro. They've never actually walked the streets, bro. Shot with people under the bridge because they think these people are bad. So they lack that experience. So my advice for them would be, bro, you go out there into the world, you think you are better than this person and that person. You are not, you're only making yourself more dumb of thinking that, because bro, if you go out the bridge, you will see there's a bro with a better car than yours. And you won't know whose car that is because you think this bro is a poor, useless piece of shit. Can't back at the runs. This person's mind is so clever because he has overcome this, how can I say, this thing of struggle, because he has found ways to bypass it. So don't judge a person by what you see, bro. You might just make the biggest mistake of your life.
Right, thank you G for coming on my podcast.
Sure.
And it was quite insightful and interesting and good to see you after all these years.
Yeah, Dean, bro. I wish I could tell you more, bro, but unfortunately, you know,
No, we understand.
bro.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah, right now, even right now, I'm in a situation is where I'm trying to control myself. So I'm actually trying to control myself because someone has violated my privacy, and at the moment, I just feel like, you know what, this thing of goody two-shoes, doesn't work for me. I have teachings that go way beyond the normal person understanding, and I could use that to my advantage, and I have no feeling whatsoever to do to this person for violating what he thinks he has the right to violate.
Is this person a number?
No, he's a nothing, bro, and that is the worst part of it all. To be honest, bro, I fucking know the way I'm feeling right now. I have no problem, bro. I'm in Belleville as we speak, going there alone right now, whether he calls the cops or not, bro. Just for doing what he's doing for no good fucking reason. Just demolish him with my blade that I have here in my side and feel nothing about it.
And then if you go to prison, there's no fear of prison.
There's no fear because I will have to go explain why I did this thing. I can't, to do that even, bro, you can't just go do that. Remember, there's rules and regulations. I can't just go stab someone and then go to prison. I have to explain why I did this thing. There has to be a reason.
You have any last words?
Remember, everybody has a choice. Once you made the choice I have made, remember, it's on you. What you think is good for you is right for you. It comes down to a choice. But nothing in life is achieved fast. You're gonna wonder to things to happen fast in your life. You're gonna end up where I ended up. I'm now I only recently learned how to be patient is actually a powerful weapon. So the people out there, don't rush into choices. Patiently inspect them before you decide to do something, or to be part of something, or take part in something. Because you could either make the biggest mistake of your life or the best choice of your life.
All right, brother.
Dino.
That's it. And yeah, thanks again. And I wish you all the best on your journey.
Yeah, bro. But our lives went our separate ways, but you know, this is me. I'm still the same bro you grew up with.
Yep.
As I said, I followed a different path, bro.
We all choose our path in life,
right?
right?
Our path in life, bro. It doesn't make me a bad person, does it?
I love you. You love me. Let's get together. And I love you.